our beloved viewers. Welcome to this English news edition. Here are the top stories. The President of the Republic expressed his solidarity and compassion to King Mohammed on Morocco country. On the international scenes, G20 summits open its door in India. Those were the headlines. Thanks for joining us in our newsroom. The President of the Republic, His Excellency Ismail Margili, expressed his sincere condolence and full solidarity to King Mohammed VI, King of the Kingdom of Morocco, following the violent earthquake that struck center of the country on Friday evening, leaving hundreds of victims, including death and injuries. President Gili wrote to King Mohammed VI, saying, "I receive with deep sadness the news of this earthquake, and the people and government of Djibouti join me in expressing their sympathy with the brother country of Morocco." The President of the Republic, His Excellency Ismail Margili, prayed to God Almighty to protect the brotherly countries of Morocco nation and spare its such painful incidents. According to a temperature season conducted by the Moroccan Ministries of Interior, this unprecedented violent earthquake killed 1,337 people and injured 1,204 others were injured. According to official source, the death tolls as a result of this devastating earthquake that struck the Kingdom of Morocco yesterday evening rose to 1,037, while the number of injured reached 1,204, including more than 700 whose condition was described as critical. Details in the colleagues for this Moroccan state city, the Minister of Interior report that the number of victims of the earthquake that struck the country yesterday evening, Friday, had risen to dead and G20 672 injured. The Minister of Interior said in a statement that the victims fell in the province and the prefectures of the Moroccan countries and other National Center for Scientific and Technical Researches. Earthquake said the headquarters stated that the strength of the earthquake reached 7 degrees on the Richter scale. The Djiboutian ambassador to Morocco, Mr. Mohamed Taher Hersi, confirmed in a statement that all Djiboutian nationals are fine and that there are no deaths or injuries among them as a result of the violent earthquake that occurred in Morocco. He explained that the Kingdom of Morocco witnessed a severe earthquake yesterday evening around 11 o'clock in Rabat time and the 1 o'clock of Djibouti time, especially in the city of Marrakech and its surrounding areas. He noted that Djiboutian embassy has been in continuous contact since the earthquake occurred with Djiboutian national in Morocco, and that is has not yet observed any injuries or death as a result on this tragic incident. The Djiboutian ambassador to Morocco stated that Djiboutian national, including students, trainees, and forces, are spread out in the about 30 cities in Morocco, stressing that the vast majority of those cities were not affected by the earthquake that strongly struck the city of Marrakech and its surrounding areas. How much of this report now that talks about our country is use of wind energy? we follow as a part of the government-supported effort to transition using wind energy, which will reduce pollution, carbon, and emission, but also uh, in the concern with the well-being of the resident surrounding the wind farm, seawater for the unit powered by the solar panels was installed in Gubayt region. This achievement represents a decisive step in improving the living condition of a rural resident in the region of Gubayt. This initiative project, which also include providing drinking water to the village of Muna 1 and Lake Asal, is important for these previously isolated communities. Drinking water is an essential resource, but also many remote areas access remain a major challenges. Thanks to the solar power seawater, these unit resident of the area can now obtain clean and safe water for their daily need. This crucial advance is to burden of finding safe water sources and significantly reduce health risk. The project has been installed as a model of collaboration between modern technologies and the basic need of rural communities. This has helped realize bold vision, which now effort a brighter future for the people of Gubayt region. As the project enters its operational phase, it has already begun to generate enthusiasm and hope among the residents of the affected village. Tremendous efforts have been made to transform daily life and open new horizons for future thanks to innovative projects like this that path toward sustainable and the future of a region that were previously marginalized due to the geographical hazards is clearly emerging. For this magazine as part of a series of a report that we are presenting to you during this period. We are now following the report from National Archive that highlighted the efforts of IAG Foundation for the right of housing in Obokh region in the south of the country. For more details with our colleague Dini Musa.
Months ago, Prime Minister Abdulqadir Kamil Mohammed launched on behalf of the President of the Republic Ismail Omar Gelle the work for the construction of 100 social housing units, an initiative of the Foundation Right to Housing, created in 2016 by President Gelle, a charitable organization aiming to guarantee access to decent housing to the Djibouti's poorest households, or those with modest incomes, as the Prime Minister recalled at the start of the work. It's for the President's Housing Foundation that we have been able to lay the foundation stone. This is the first region for this program. That's why we're here. Thus, in Ubuk town, the construction site has progressed rather quickly since the break of the foundation stone. Houses have taken shape and are now in the process of being built. They will soon welcome the first beneficiaries. Currently, the construction sector is at its peak in Hayu City. After the capital, Obokh is the first region to have benefited from housing, the first phase of which is nearing completion, a program that have raised a lot of hope among the Obokh people at a very low level income. 100 houses are under construction for the most needed. The work is underway and it's progressing very well, all this thanks to Ismail Umar's politics. Since its inception 4 years ago, the organization have helped hundreds of Djiboutian families. What makes the Right to Housing Foundation of the President of the Republic an example of the choice of active solidarity in our country.
The National Police continue to monitor vehicles and car at the level of major arteries as a part of major aim at reducing traffic violation. This step comes under the guidance of the General Directorate of the National Police Foundation with the aim of reminding monitor and motorists of importance observing traffic rules, especially after the competent authorities observe that the vast majority of road incidents are caused by drivers as a result of the excessive speed and non-compliant with traffic rules, especially traffic lights, with which encounter the lives of the citizens, the risk, and in this regard, the road safety policy officials who are deployed to many roadblocks throughout the capital with the help of elements of intervention units carry out a checkup even very late at night, or which will ensure the safety of road user. It should be noted that the traffic rules include a number of systems such as the adherence appropriate speed in the direction and priority of traffic for the cars and obligation to wear the seat belt and respect the traffic light that also reduce the traffic accident.
waxaan ahay duubi dadkiisa hagaaya shuruucda dalkiisa dastuurka ilaasha waxaan ahay duubi dadkiisa hagaaya shuruucda dalkiisa dastuurka ilaasha أنا له إلاقي يتوقع دماعي الشيء دانا يستمع يلو دانا يستمع يلو دكتوني أنا له إلاقي يتوقع دماعي الشيء دانا يستمع يلو دانا يستمع يلو وحين بدا ديدا دالكيسا نعايا أنان كلنا دينين دنبي لا هدف وحين بدا ديدا دالكيسا نعايا أنان كلنا دينين دنبي لا هدف
Under the auspice of the State Secretary in charge of sport, the youth of Balbala Development Association conclude the football tournament of Sheikh Musa Stadium. The final match was held between a team of young people and another team of the players, which enabled a large mobilization of a cheering audience. This event was attended by several personalities, including Mr. Mohammed Hassan Saeed, Mayor of Balbala, and Ahmed Ali, Deputy Director General of the National Sports Promotion, and Mr. Isa Ahmed, Director of a Sports Complex, as well as many other officials were present in this event. The Mayor expressed his happiness with this initiative and success of the tournament. At the end of the match, which encountered the team won on penalties. The participants were honored with the caps and medals in appreciation of their commitment. Now, for the international scenes, the G20 summit was launched under the slogans One World, One Family, and One Future in India capital New Delhi. The summit began with a speech by the Indian Prime Minister in which he confirmed that the African Union will become a permanent member of G20. In his opening speech at the summit, he called on African Union represented by the President Razali to take a seat at the table of G20 leaders as a permanent member. The summit will discuss as a number of global issues, including climate change, the war in Ukraine, and international security. Other issues expected to be decided at the summit include more loans to developing countries by multilateral institutions, reform of the international debt structure regulation on the scene, impact of geopolitics on food and energy security. This is it for this edition. Thanks for watching and have a wonderful evening.